Hello, our non-existent airline company would like to invite you to take a trip to the Hispanic country of Venezuela in our educational/fake tourism commercial. It's totally not fraudulent. First, we'll start off in Venezuela's metropolitan capital city of Caracas, home of Venezuela's amazing socialist government, along with the headquarters of the state-owned monopoly Petroleum of Venezuela, a company that is rumored to be extremely incompetent and full of inefficiencies. However, judging by its increasing revenue and net income, I would say otherwise, and that it's totally not because of the fact that Venezuela has the largest oil reserve of any nation on the planet. When you arrive at the Simon Bolivar International Airport in Caracas, you should head to one of the nearby currency exchange centers and exchange your dollars for Bolivares Fuertes, which are the national currency of Venezuela. After that, you will go around in a cab and look at the beautiful scenery of the city and visit some historical and cultural sites. And before we go any further, here's more information than you want to know about Venezuela. First, let's talk about two wonderful historical and cultural sites that you can visit. There is the El Panteón Nacional, which is located in Caracas. El Panteón Nacional means the National Pantheon. It is a building where the remains of prominent figures of the history of Venezuela, including Simon Bolivar, are preserved. The National Pantheon was originally a church that was built in 1744. It was later destroyed in 1812 by an earthquake. The remains of the structure were later converted into a pantheon under the decree of Antonio Guzman Blanco. The second of the historical sites we have are the Colonia Tovar. Located in Cordillera de la Costa and west of Caracas, the Colonia Tovar was founded in 1843 by German settlers. It wasn't until the end of the 1940s that the Spanish culture and language was finally introduced to the population. And now for cultural sites, we have the Canema National Park and the Museo de Arte Contemporáneo. Covering 12,000 square miles, the Canema National Park is the second largest park in the country. This park consists mostly of produce made of a rock called tepuas. It is located in Bolivar State and is home to many cliffs and waterfalls. And located in Caracas, the Museo de Arte Contemporáneo is considered one of South America's finest museums of modern art. It was opened to the public in February 1974 and showcases many contemporary artists that you've probably never heard of. Now, after learning that painstaking information, mostly on my part, let's learn about Venezuela's culture. The culture of Venezuela is a mix of multiple cultures, with the three main ones being the indigenous, African, and Spanish. The predominant religion of Venezuela is Catholicism, paganized Christianity. The traditional clothing for men in Venezuela is the liqui-liqui. The liqui-liqui is made up of a pair of full-length trousers and a jacket, which are usually made of linen or cotton cloth. The traditional clothing for women includes a long skirt and a blouse. Venezuela has many holidays, so for the sake of the length of this video, I will only list two: Cinco de Julio and the Dia de la Divina Pastora. Cinco de Julio celebrates what its name literally translates into, the Venezuelan Declaration of Independence, in which the Congress of Venezuela made the decision to separate from the Spanish crown in order to establish a new nation based on the premises of equality of individuals, abolition of censorship, and dedication to the freedom of expression. Oh, the irony. The Dia de la Divina Pastora means Day of the Divine Shepherdess. This holiday celebrates the virgin patroness of the state of Lar and its capital city of Barquisimeto, and also of the Venezuelan National Militia. Now is the part of the commercial that tortures you with descriptions and pictures of traditional food that you likely have not and will not eat. First on the list is the arepa, cornmeal bread that can be grilled, fried, baked, or steamed. It is stuffed with a filling of beef, pork, or eggs. Another traditional Venezuelan food is the pabellón criollo, which is spicy shredded beef that is served over hot rice and is accompanied by black beans. It sometimes even has fried eggs and fried plantain slices served with it. And the final of the three are golfitos, sweet dough rolled up with a mixture of papillon, a sugary byproduct of sugarcane processing, and queso llanero, a type of cheese. These sweet rolls are then baked and then sprinkled with syrup and more cheese. The diverse range in elevation throughout Venezuela makes it have a diverse climate. Average temperatures range from 95 degrees Fahrenheit in the humid, low elevation plains to as low as 46.4 degrees Fahrenheit near glaciers and highlands. The country falls into 4 horizontal temperature zones based off elevation, having tropical, dry, temperate, with dry winters, and polar climates. The most popular sports played in Venezuela are baseball and football, which is also known as soccer. Venezuela has had a relatively stable history since its founding, only having to endure over 50 revolutions and 100 years of dictatorship. The current government of Venezuela is a federal presidential republic. The current Venezuelan government has been very progressive, establishing populist social welfare policies that boosted the Venezuelan economy, increased social spending, and temporarily reduced economic inequality and poverty. These progressive policies would later bring Venezuela into a wonderful debt crisis, along with hyperinflation, economic depression, shortage of basic goods, and drastic increases in poverty, disease, child mortality, malnutrition, and murder rates. But besides all that, the current Venezuelan government is very stable. And for a little more about Venezuela's economy, let's talk about its exports. Venezuela exports a variety of things, including gems, precious metals, organic chemicals, ores, iron, steel, aluminum, fertilizers, and organic chemicals, fish, beverages, and oil. Of all of these exports, oil only makes up 82.6%. Anyways, after filling your head with information intended to reduce the amount of time that we spend actually talking about where you are going on the trip, let's continue to talk about the trip. After visiting the wonderful sights and historic and cultural destinations of Caracas, you'll return back to your cab to be taken to Cordillera de la Costa to visit the Colonia Tovar. And totally not because of Caracas having the highest per capita murder rate in the world. Those are just conspiracies. Oh, and it looks like we're running out of time. So here's some quick advice for when you go on your trip. First, we recommend that you bring a friend with you to make your trip even more fun, preferably one that you wouldn't mind using as a meat shield. And if you feel like bringing a weapon for self-defense for no particular reason, bring either a taser, pepper spray, or just find a safety brick when you arrive there, as guns are banned by the government.